Madden holiday is here and we will play all night. Calling sick and sound sincere, in tackles will delight. The fridge is packed with drink and meat, the taste of victory sure is sweet.
Well, after another 2-1 week, if I've learned anything, it's that I really should not pick the Bears to win anything ever again. I mean, I'm sure at some point they probably will win again, but right now, every time I do, it just seems to never work out for me, for that matter. Thankfully, I don't really have to worry about too much of that this week. Also, at least I didn't pick the Vikings-Cowboys game last week, though, yeah, whew, man, that was rough. That was really, really rough. I said that when I did that Vikings Dolphins preview. Like, they have these things happen where they just, a game, it looks like really they maybe should have a chance at winning or at least playing well in, and then they just stink on end. Also, apologies for the volume, but I'm having to record this very, very late at night. Anyway, let's get to the games we're covering this week. I obviously felt like I probably should cover one of the Thanksgiving Day games, and, well, the only one that applied the best way just happens to be the New England Patriots taking on the Minnesota Vikings. We also have the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars, and then we're going to round things off with the Los Angeles Rams and the Kansas City Chiefs. Okay, so let's get to this.
Where can you find a 46-inch screen TV with all this and more? A picture this bright and clear with a cabinet this beautiful, all at this price. Just $54 a month. Now, only at Sears.
When it comes to do-it-yourself projects, rely on True Value Hardware Store's professional quality master mechanic tools and their customer guarantee. Give our heavy-duty power tools like this 3/8-inch variable speed reversing drill for only $27.99. This 7 1/4-inch circular saw is lightweight, powerful, at just $42.99. And this finishing sander for only $39.99 gets the job done fast. Get Master Mechanic tools exclusively at most True Value Hardware stores and home centers.
Super fast, it's a blast, Matchbox.
Get ready for
Matchbox Super Fast.
and the ultimate challenge. You build them super fast.
Matchbox Super Fast.
You customize them to compete. You pick the power.
Matchbox Super Fast.
Which will win, slicks or knobbies? Now you race in the ultimate challenge.
Matchbox Super Fast.
Matchbox Superfast Machine's ultimate challenge. Batteries not included. You put it together.
Saturday, regional coverage of the NCAA Division II Championship semifinals featuring Montana State against North Dakota State and Northern Michigan against Akron, and the Division III Championship between St. John's and Towson State. Then Saturday night, arch rivals Arkansas and Texas on ABC.
Okay, like I said, our first matchup is the New England Patriots taking on the Minnesota Vikings, and yes, after last week's game against the Cowboys, I have to begin wondering if the Vikings have somehow burned up all their lucky points. What I'm basically saying is, whatever good luck they may have, or whatever you may call it, was that completely just burned out in that miraculous comeback at Buffalo. I mean, the weird circumstances in that game, you just can't count on something like that to ever happen again. I mean, after the Buffalo game, everyone said, well, the Eagles lost, the Vikings have to be the Super Bowl favorites right now, and now they're all kind of eating those words, aren't they? Or now the Vikings like that Jets team that had the Monday Night Miracle against the Dolphins, or, are they like that Dolphins team that benefited from Leon Lett botching that blocked field goal? It just, are we kind of doomed to either miss out on the playoffs or fumble our way down to a lower seed where we might not have a chance of winning a game? Anyway, getting into the contest itself, the Patriots are really being carried by their defense and their running game at this point. I mean, the passing game pops up from time to time, but just not enough to make really that much of a difference. It was the Patriots' defense that won that game against the Jets, and, well, their defense and special teams to an extent. I mean, Nick Folk did miss a couple of field goals, but obviously the punt and return for the touchdown won the game, so I guess that makes up for the missed field goals. Anyway, like I said, it's the Patriots' defense. I think if the Vikings are going to have any type of shot at this game, they're going to have to run the ball very well. You can't be like the Jets and be running plays that take 3 to 4 seconds to develop. The Patriots defense will just swallow you up whole if that happens. You need to do things that get the ball out of Kirk Cousins' hands quickly. Screen passes, slant passes, bubble screens, hand the ball off. Then maybe the Vikings might have a chance at victory, but right now I have to play the hand of the Patriots here. I just think they're playing better football right now, at least on defense. So yeah, I'm picking the Patriots to win this one.
In 1963, we set out to make this country's finest ham. Since then, others have made hams faster and cheaper, but we still make them right. And that attitude goes into everything we make. There's a name for food this good. Hormel.
According to legend, little folk know Hills is where the toys are. Here in Legoland, Futuron is new. If you like to build, this toy's for you. Hills has everything from Lego. Fun for girls and boys. The entire selection of Lego construction toys. Lots of toys every day. Another reason why they say Hills is where the toys are.
At low prices every day.
Come, ye thankful people, come. Raise the song of harvest home. All is safely gathered in ere the winter storms begin. Now our Maker doth provide for our wants to be supplied. Come, ye thankful people, come. Raise the song of harvest home. Happy Thanksgiving from MetLife.
New Year's Day on ABC. Notre Dame sets their sights on upsetting Georgia as Herschel Walker leads the #1 team in the country towards a possible national championship. The Sugar Bowl live on ABC.
Well, after another 2-1 week, if I've learned anything, it's that I really should not pick the Bears to win anything ever again. I mean, I'm sure at some point they probably will win again, but right now, every time I do, it just seems to never work out for me, for that matter. Thankfully, I don't really have to worry about too much of that this week. Also, at least I didn't pick the Vikings-Cowboys game last week, though, yeah, whew, man, that was rough. That was really, really rough. Yeah, I said that when I did that Vikings-Dolphins preview, like, they have these things happen where they just, a game, it looks like really they maybe should have a chance at winning or at least playing well in, and then they just stink on end. Also, apologies for the volume, but I'm having to record this very, very late at night. Anyway, let's get to the games we're covering this week. I obviously felt like I probably should cover one of the Thanksgiving Day games, and, well, the only one that applied the best way just happens to be the New England Patriots taking on the Minnesota Vikings. We also have the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars, and then we're going to round things off with the Los Angeles Rams and the Kansas City Chiefs. Okay, so let's get to this.
For every woman who's wondered where to store her microwave dishes, Rubbermaid makes a set that stores inside itself. For every woman who's struggled to close a food keeper, Rubbermaid makes it a snap. Don't you wish everything was made like Rubbermaid?
Farmer Jack and Vlasic take you back to the first Thanksgiving. With all that good food, it couldn't get better. Until they brought out the Vlasic pickles. Suddenly, the Vlasic spears spiked up the platters. The Vlasic sweets made the celebration sweeter. And Vlasic stackers added crunch to the leftover turkey sandwiches. And this Thanksgiving, Farmer Jack has all the Vlasic pickles you need for a meal that'll make history. So come to Farmer Jack for Vlasic, the perfect pickles for perfect Thanksgivings.
What am I looking for?
Pardon me?
Cousin Margie out west likes candles.
Candles.
Uncle Bob likes something brass.
Something brass.
And my sister-in-law, she doesn't like anything except flowers.
Maybe you're looking for this.
That's exactly what I'm looking for. What is it?
It's an FTD Brass and Blooms bouquet. Flowers, a candle, and a brass planter.
Oh, I knew that.
If you're looking for a special gift, just ask your florist to send a Brass and Blooms bouquet through FTD.
Florida Gators waiting east. Iowa Hawkeyes. The battle of the quarterbacks, the Gator Bowl. December 30th on ABC.
Okay, our last matchup is the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Kansas City Chiefs, and yeah, I'm not expecting another 54-51 score in this one like that Monday night game they had a few years back. The Rams are just too decimated by injuries, and Kansas City really doesn't play that way anymore. The Chiefs have really been on fire since their loss against the Bills. Mahomes is spreading the ball around pretty well, and they seem to have picked up another dependable running back in Pacheco. He's running the ball really well for them. That being said, their one weakness still kind of remains to be their defense. That can be really hit and miss at times. Moving on to the Rams, as I'm recording this, Matthew Stafford is still in the concussion protocol, I believe. I don't think he's been cleared, and they don't really have much of a run game. Right now, and their wide receiver core is completely decimated by injuries. Obviously, this leads to an overwhelmed defense. The defense can play well at times, but if it's constantly on the field and not getting a rest, it's just not going to be able to be good in the long run. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe this game is pretty close at the half, things hang in tight, but eventually I expect the Chiefs to really pull away from this one and win by double digits. Okay, I hope you don't mind if I get a little personal right here, but the reason why I'm recording this so late at night is basically because, well, I have Thanksgiving off from my job. Now, that would be a good thing, except that means I basically have to work not just doubly hard, but like triply hard on the day before Thanksgiving. That alone, it's difficult but doable most of the time, but now we've had a bit of an added problem in that we've had a bit of a warm snap, which has melted some of the snow, but not all of the snow, which means now there's giant ice swaths just everywhere. And I don't know how many of the sidewalks and parking lots are necessarily clean. I hope most of them are navigable and I can get across them with relative ease, but I just don't want to hit any slick spots, I'm at the age where if I slip and fall, I might break a bone, and I do that, obviously. Anyway, hopefully everything will go fine. I'm sure I'm making a mountain out of a molehill here, but anyway, the next video, in all likelihood, is going to be for the finale of Andor. I'll have to cover the last. I just have to watch the last 2 episodes of that. Those will obviously have premiered. Then after that, our next theatrical review is Disney's Strange World. Survivor Series is on this Saturday. See, I'm remembering to do this now. And then I guess we'll cover the next 2 episodes of the Santa Clauses after that. There'll be another Madden video. There'll be the random trade review on Ambush Bug Year None. And I think, I'll get to Willow in December. The Willow series on Disney Plus. So, yeah, that's when that's going to be coming out. See you all next time. Hey guys, remember that you can support my work at patreon.com/SleepyTimeForCat Productions. Also, remember to like, comment, share, subscribe to my channel, and ring that notification bell so that way you can be alerted to further videos.